Hello, this is Mirka Norman for H2O or How to Orthosis. In this video, I will demonstrate how to fabricate a hand-based thumb spica or a Gamekeeper thumb. To do so, I'm going to use a Orthosis material which was provided to me by Performance Health. So thank you very much. And without further ado, I will show you how to do this. So as far as size goes, typically you want just a square or rectangle, just about large enough to cover from the wrist crease all the way to the IP, the interphalangeal joint. So a square just about like that. So you're going to go around the hand. Okay, this is about right here, going around my hand here. So this would be a good size for my hand. So this is as far as a pattern as I need for this particular model. Go. Okay, the plastic is ready. Wiping the excess of water. Okay, and I'm ready to mold. Here we go, around the thumb. I go in the web, I pinch the fabric there. To secure my seam, I cut before it gets hard. I like to keep the thumb at about 30 degrees of flexion at this joint here, the MP joint. We'll talk about the reason why in a little bit. Nice open web space and about 30 degrees of flexion. Okay, again, I make a mark around the thenar eminence to clear it, prevent impingement, and I also want to clear the wrist, so I make a little mark with my nail here around all the way to the web. So now the plastic is firm enough, I can remove the brace. Now if it doesn't want to come in because it tends to stick, the skin tends to bunch up as you're trying to pull, you can just press gently over the web space and then hold the skin down, and then it comes right out. So we trim, following the marks we made. Now this particular brace will not limit motion of the basal joint of the thumb. So there's many different possible brace we can make for the thumb. This one is more of a correction or a support. Could be a support for the collateral ligament of the metacarpal joint. Not the metacarpal, but the MP. So okay, metacarpal phalangeal joint ligament. All right, so we have it here roughly. So we see the seam that's been made by the cut. Now this is an area of weakness for this brace, so we're going to reinforce with using another piece of that material just about this big. I want to soften it in hot water, and then I want to simply superpose it to that seam prior to rolling the edge to allow full freedom to my IP joint, my interphalangeal joint. So, and I also want to soften the edge of this brace. So now, as I was saying, this brace will immobilize the metacarpal phalangeal joint, so the MP joint here. We'll keep the basal joint free, and we'll also keep the IP joint or interphalangeal joint free as well. So I will show you how to finish it up. All right, now we're going to apply a reinforcement piece over the seam right here, and I just press it over the seam here to make sure that the plastic blends together. I could use a heat gun to make sure that they are really fused well, and I make sure to soften the edge of the seam, cut the excess. Okay, so once that is done, I simply will heat up the tip of the thumb here so I can fold over to allow full freedom of the interphalangeal joint. So I'm going to heat up the tip of the brace and I fold over itself like this. Mash the edge down as well, making sure that it is not sharp. So it's all comfortable and nicely evened out. Now we'll check with the patient once more. And I'm happy with that. The thumb is free. The base is free here. And the last thing we have to do is add the 2 Velcro pieces on the edge and our wrist strap. So now for the strapping application to our hand-based thumb spica or Gamekeeper's thumb splint or Orthosis. So this one goes in the hand. So I want to show you first where the placement of these Velcros will be. So I made little square Velcros. I actually cut the corners so they don't peel off too easily. So the strap will crisscross over the thumb and around the wrist. So I'm going to place my Velcro at 90 degrees from each other to accommodate that the strap coming in different orientation. So like so here. All right, so I'm going to remove that and place that, or let's see, remove the backing, place them down. Now again, I would use the heat gun to activate the glue to give this the Velcro more, to give the Velcro more adhesion. And place them about 90 degrees from each other, like so here. And then we're going to use our securable strap, 1 inch. Thanks again to Performance Health for this one. I cut the corners for aesthetics reason. So now we go from 1 Velcro here around the wrist, across, and we land on the other one. Got the excess here, and again finish removing the corners. So this technique for wrapping it around the wrist will allow easy motion of the basal joint of the thumb, all the while securing the MP joint and keeping the IP joint free.